Hello there friends, this is DotaNews. We're here to create the best Dota news channel ever. Here's what we cover in today's episode. New Azure Ray and Xtreme gaming rosters, Team Spirit's first tournament in 2024, Pure is back, Tundra's new roster, Mason got second ban, and much more. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Let's begin with Malik, who officially joined PSG.Quest. The team has announced this on their Twitter. No more loans. Since the first match he played with us, Malik felt like family, and today we're celebrating making it official, excited to announce him as a key member of PSG.Quest. I remind you that before, Quest had a little trouble with finding a player for this position, because they had ATF, Toby, Witter, and who not. But now they finally signed Malik, who already played in PSG.Quest, so the team has chemistry. I hope they will now show a high level of play. In the meantime, let's wish them good luck in the new year. By the way, PSG.Quest also tweeted that they have been invited to the closed qualifiers for BB Dacha Dubai 2024. And also the organizers announced who will go to the LAN stage of the tournament in Dubai. Here we see Team Spirit, Aurora, BB, LGD, Team Liquid Gaming Gladiators and Xtreme Gaming. But let's get to the funny part, because among other things, it became known that the organizers cancelled the first open qualifiers for the MENA region because there were not enough participants. And for the second qualifiers, there's been only 3 teams announced. Can you imagine making a separate region for MENA teams and no one wants to play there? But anyways, it's a young and developing region, so maybe there will be more. But wait a second, what? What Xtreme Gaming are doing here? They only have 2 players on their roster. Or they had 2 players, because recently they announced something really big. The insiders were right, and 3 Azure Ray players have joined Xtreme Gaming. This is legendary reunion of Ame and Sinkyu. The team revealed it in their social media. In addition to the players, Xtreme Gaming took Azure Ray's slot in the ESL rankings, but because of the replacements, the team lost 30% of points. According to Gork, this is a strong roster.
Ame, XM, XSS, Zinkyu, and DY. That's kinda pog. That sounds like a good roster, right? Unless Ame is washed, but hopefully not. Almost have my mind blow whenever I see the word release with rosters and they let go. That's true, actually. At least the roster. That sounds fun. It's gonna be fun to see if they make it through the Chinese walls of qualifiers.
Guys, what do you think about this roster? Because, you know, as always in China, star-studded teams tend to collapse with some time, but maybe this time they will do something, or not. Share your thoughts in the comments below, as always. But another question arises, who's playing in the Azure Ray lineup right now? And guys, get ready for this, the TI winner Faith Bian had finally come back to competitive Dota, but under the new nickname, Bah, which most likely is tied to the famous composer. Oh, these Chinese players, they are just amazing. They have Bah, they have Monet, who's next? Van Gogh, Picasso, and the other player who joined the team is Ori. He will take the mid lane position. And the roster will be completed with FY. The org announced this on their social media. So basically Azure's lineup looks certainly not as strong as Xtreme Gaming's lineup, but still the return of Faith Bian sounds interesting, with the same opinion as Gork said. Here's what he said. Faith Bian and Ori are back, that's good. I thought Faith Bian had finally ended his career. I mean, he was doing coverage and all, but this is big news. Let's see how they do. I hope they do well. Guys, are you as excited with Faith Bian's comeback as I am? He's a really great player. Who knows, maybe after such a long vacation he will become overpowered and win everything solo. I bet he will. But let's get back to Europe in terms of returns and new lineups. First, Tundra Esports announced officially that they disbanded their roster. It turns out that the players were signed only for ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur, and since they didn't get any high places, the org just kicked them out. In the end, Timado, Bryle, Kasane, Immersion and Moonminder are now free agents. At this point, only Whiteman and Saxa remain in Tundra, about whom nothing is still known, and yeah, surely Thompson. And here's where things get interesting. Listen to this, we have 2 potential rosters. There is a little bit of insight on part of Tundra lineup, namely Kasane and Immersion, who may join the mix of Ramses and Kiyotaka, also known as Depressed Kid. Earlier, some said that Pure may join the team, but it was hard to believe. Now there's information that the new Ramses stack will look like this: Ramses, Kiyotaka, Kasane, Immersion and Roger. I mean, on paper, it's a really good team. They have a superb carry, outstanding mid laner, a very good offlaner, and 2 just really good supports. But you know, historically, Ramses' stacks or teams tend to collapse after some time. I don't really know if this particular team will last long, but some say that they were signed by a bookmaker from Eastern Europe, so maybe if the players will be tied with contracts, things will go well. I mean, they surely have the potential to be called a tier 1 team, but who knows what will happen. Anyways, we wish them only good luck. And also, insiders shared some information about who the Tundra's new lineup could be built around, and it could be Pure, who is going to play again on carry, at least he wants to play on carry. According to one of the Eastern European insiders, the owners of Tundra are interested in signing Pure. This insider says that the approximate cost of buying out Pure is $500,000. Could you imagine? I don't really think it's true though, too much for a Dota 2 player in my opinion, but who knows, the contracts may be wild. But the winners of the International clearly have an extra $500,000, I mean, they should have, if they haven't spent it all on Thompson's paycheck. By the way, speaking of, most likely, according to other insiders, Tundra's new lineup can look like this: Thompson, Mind Control, 9 Class as position 4 and Whitemon as position 5, and add to that a carry who could be Pure or anyone else. Before that, there was also info that Nigma Galaxy were trying to sign Pure, but apparently the player's desire to go carry again was the reason why he refused. And, you know, Nigma already has the legendary Miracle and Sumail. And by the way, Miracle is already grinding pubs like hell, winning everything and having 7 matches on Morphling 1 in a row. That's just scary considering Morphling is not the real meta right now. By the way, if you haven't seen our video with the history of Miracle, I highly recommend you to watch it. Anyways, personally, I really like Pure's play on position 1, both in Entity and BB. And in my opinion, many teams would want to get such a strong player for any of the roles, I mean carry or offlane. And if you guys were building a team, would you call Pure into it? Write your thoughts in the comments below. Also, speaking of Nigma Galaxy, they tweeted some not so happy news as they were unable to make a new Dota roster for now. Here's what they said. Our aim was to enter the new year with a fully announced Dota roster, but that's not the case. We'll update you as soon as we're ready. And if you don't remember, they promised us to introduce the new team before the new year. And that's actually very sad, as everyone was waiting for a new roster. All that's left for us is to wait, hopefully, and listen to the insiders. As we mentioned earlier, most likely they will add Desire as position 4 and Ghost as position 3, but anything can happen now. Here's how current Nigma Galaxy roster looks like: Miracle, Sumail and Kuroki. They lack only the offlane duo. Guys, who would you like to see in the team? Write your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's move to the game itself. Valve is still trying to fix bugs in Dota 2. For example, the bug with the new ward that could be not hit was fixed. I recall that the bug was discovered a week ago and the word came out with Frostivus, which was released on December 15th. So it turns out that almost for 3 weeks none of the developers saw that you can't destroy this ward, which was basically a pay-to-win item. But we really hope that you manage to gain some MMR with this, and also hope that next time Valve will work faster. Now let's turn to the statistics, and it becomes immediately obvious that no bugs or Valve's problems do not affect the online of our favorite game. Recently, the online had only been growing. In December, the daily online compared to November increased by 1,800 users. On average, 435,000 people play Dota every day, while the peak online had 800,000 users. Of course, this is due to the release of the patch and Frostivus, but the statistics again and again show that our game is alive and is developing. But some things Valve made are still not so bright. For example, Mason and SirActionSlacks complained about the integrity system, which doesn't work so well to their thoughts. Here's what Slacks said. After the last update, I saw that my comms score had been slowly going down every 15 games, so I stopped talking on mic, stopped streaming, and tried not to type anything toxic, unless I was with crazy toxic people flaming the team, cause you know, it's fun to flame insane people. Also, about a similar situation told Mason, who previously appealed to Valve with a request to give him a second chance. And only God knows how, but he got it. But after 50 hours of play, he got blocked voice chat again. And guys, just listen, this was reported by a Reddit user with the name IceFrog1. According to him, most of the time Mason spent streaming, he was not toxic or didn't leave any games. So the users have some questions for Valve's new integrity system. Guys, if you have faced the same problem, be sure to write about it in the comments below. PSG.Quest carry TA2000 has also encountered the same difficulties. In a small video that he posted in his Telegram channel, you can see how he just can't click the play button. In the comments, people suggested him to restart the Steam and computer, but according to the player, it didn't help and he still couldn't play. At the moment, it is not known if TA2000 managed to fix the situation. But I would like to end the video with some good news, and they came from where we were not waiting at all. The head of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, said that the Olympics are planned for esports as well. The digital revolution, and in particular artificial intelligence and esports, offer us huge opportunities. We need to seize them now. This is why the International Olympic Committee Esports Commission is starting the creation of Olympic esports games. Previously, the Olympic Committee has already organized an international esports week in Singapore, where many notable players from around the world came to play. Let's wait and hope for the first esports Olympics in 2025. It will be interesting to see how Ramses and Collapse can finally fight against Yadro, who will be playing with Dandy and Mira. Guys, do you think that esports Olympics is a good idea? For example, we already have the International Esports Federation who tries to do something, but it doesn't really work. Anyways, write your thoughts in the comments below. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below, because it's really important for me to improve by listening to you guys. Also, hit that subscribe button to follow the best Dota 2 news channel. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.